In Fusion, order management is important module because it's a revenue module. For the companies also, it's an important module because sales, out of the sales profits, so revenue is the important module. And also when you compare Fusion with Oracle EBS, Fusion Order Management with Oracle EBS, almost 50%, more than 50% is changed here. So a lot of focus is required to understand this module. Regular practice also required. And regularly, please connect to the classes as well. Please keep your mobiles in silent mode. Do not use mobiles while you're in the session. Please put complete focus on the class itself. Okay. So these are the connecting modules with the order management, pricing. So in the pricing module, we are going to define the selling prices for our items, the selling prices, and the global order promising. This module is used to generate the scheduled ship date for the sales order automatically. So in the order management, we create a sales order. For the sales order, we derive the price from the pricing module, and from the GOP module, we will automatically identify the scheduled ship date, nothing but the planned ship date to deliver the product. That will be automatically generated from the GOP. So distributor order orchestration is nothing but based on the data that you entered in the sales order, it will automatically identify whether that is a standard sales order or return sales order or dropship sales order or back-to-back sales order. And it's kind of a workflow in EBS. It's kind of a workflow in EBS. And from the inventory, we perform, here we create a sales order, but for the sales order, stock picking and stop shipping is happened from the inventory module. From the inventory, picking and shipping happens. And then procurement module is connected with the order management because a dropship sales order and back-to-back sales order. In case of standard sales order, we ship the product. But in case of dropship sales order, we ask our supplier to ship the product to the customer. In that case, procurement module is also involved. So these are all the connecting modules with the order management. So when coming to the types of sales orders, first is the standard sales order. The standard sales order means where we ship and bill the customer. We are shipping the product to the customer and we are also billing the customer. But in case of ship only sales order, we are not billing the customer. In case of ship only sales order, we are not billing the customer. Why we are not billing the customer? Because we are sending samples to the customer. We are selling a demo product to the customer. Demo product. So customer can use the demo product for 1 month. If he likes, he can buy the product. That's why we are not invoicing the customer. And the bill only. In case of bill only, we are just billing the customer. We are not shipping the product. We are just billing the customer. Okay. So bill only is for the service sales orders. In case of service sales orders, we don't ship the product, right? We just invoice the customer. Okay. Suppose AC repair. So in case of AC repair, you know what you are selling? You are selling a service to the customer. So you are just invoicing the customer. Okay. So next type of sales order is counter sales order. This is the new feature in Fusion. Counter sales order. This is a new feature. I think this is launched 1 year back. In case of counter sales, the customer is coming to our counter. We are not shipping the product, but customer is coming to our counter, our premises. So during the sales order creation itself, you can mention which item, from what sub inventory, what serial number, what lot number need to be detected. So system will automatically detect that on hand from the inventory. It will generate an invoice. In case of counter sales, so if you take standard sales order, what you have to do, you have to perform picking and shipping. But in case of counter sales, you need not to perform picking and shipping. So in the sales order itself, directly you can enter which item and which serial number from which sub inventory the on hand need to be detected. because we are not shipping here. Why we are not shipping here? Because customer is coming to our counter. We want only on hand should be deducted from our sub inventory. So which sub inventory, which lot number, which serial number we enter in the sales order itself, but we don't perform picking and shipping. So counter sales is nothing but without performing picking and shipping, we can deduct the on hand from our inventory. So these are the different types of sales orders where we ship and bill the customer, ship only order, bill only order, and counter sales. Okay. And let us talk about returns. In case of returns, also 3 different scenarios also there, where customer can return the product to us. Customer is returning the damaged product to us, and we are issuing a credit memo. We are issuing a credit memo. Again, is the credit memo, we are making the payment to the customer. We are creating a credit memo. Credit memo is like an invoice. The invoice is created in the standard sales order, but credit memo is created in the return sales order. Again, as the credit memo, we'll make the payment to the customer. Okay. And next is return only. In case of return only, customer is returning the damaged product, but we are not returning the payment. We are not returning the payment. We are not creating a credit memo. Why we are not returning the payment? Maybe we will repair the product and we will send the same product back to the customer. Or maybe we are replacing the damaged product with a new brand product. That's why we are not returning the payment to the customer. Okay. And in case of credit only, customer is not returning the damaged product because one of our executive visited the customer location and our executive confirmed that product is really damaged. And if the customer is sending the product to our company, it's unnecessary transportation cost. That's why we ask the customer to scrap the product. That's why the customer is not sending the product to the company. So in this case, we are not receiving the damaged product to our company, but we are issuing a credit memo to the customer. Clear with these 3 types of scenarios? Clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Next types of sales orders are dropship sales order. In case of dropship sales order, all e-commerce sites are doing the same thing only, dropship only, because they take our order and our order is processed to their suppliers. Their suppliers are sending the product to us. Suppose if you place an order to Amazon, Amazon supplier is sending the product to you. You feel that it is actually sent by Amazon company only because Amazon supplier is packing in the Amazon boxes. So you feel you receive the product from the Amazon only. So in this case, what Amazon is doing, Amazon is shipping the product? No. Amazon suppliers are shipping the product. So for Amazon, it's a dropship sales order. It's a dropship sales order. So in case of standard sales order, the same company is shipping the product to the customer. But in case of dropship, no, the suppliers are shipping the product to the customer. So this is back-to-back sales order. This back-to-back sales order is nothing but in case of standard sales order, we maintain the stock and our stock we ship to the customer. But in case of back-to-back, we do not maintain the stock. We don't maintain. When we receive a sales order, the sales order we process as a purchase order to our supplier. We receive the stock. The received stock we ship to the customer. The received stock we ship to the customer. In case of back-to-back sales order, once you receive the sales order, then only you are reacting and you are creating a supply. Nothing but you are creating a purchase order. You are receiving the product from the supplier. The same product you are shipping to the customer. Sir, why we have to use back-to-back sales order? Back-to-back sales order is used when the product is really large. If the product is really large, so maintaining the product in your warehouse, it will occupy a lot of space, right? So to maintain the stock, to avoid that, so when you get an order, then only you react and create a purchase order, receive it and ship it to the customer. That is one thing. And another thing is, suppose if you are maintaining the stock, there is a chance that the product may be expired because some products they expire very quickly. That's why we don't maintain the stock. Whenever we get an order, then only we react and we purchase and the same product we ship to the customer. Okay. So in these business situations, back-to-back sales order is used. So transfer order is nothing but we have seen in the inventory, we have seen intra transfer, right? In the inventory, we have seen intra transfer. So similar to the transfer order. But in case of transfer order, we have to follow certain process and documentation. So transfer order is an internal transfer only. Okay. So all these sales orders we will be discussed in the coming classes. But before we discuss all these sales orders, we have to create certain configurations. We have to create certain configurations. Once that configurations are done, on top of those configurations, we will try all these business transactions, nothing but all these cycles. Okay. On the right hand side, I have given the rules. What are the rules required for order management and pricing and GOP? So slowly, one by one, we add these rules to our business user to perform the transactions. So for standard sales order, this is the flow. For standard sales order, this is the flow. Okay. First, the order is entered in the application. First, order is entered in the application. This order can be entered manually, or this order can be uploaded through FBDI. This order can be uploaded, or this our Fusion application can be integrated with any other third-party system to automatically create order in the application also. That means order can be created manually, order can be created through upload process through FBDI, or order can be created through integration process also. So these are the different ways to create an order in the application. After that, in case of in Fusion, approvals are available. Sales order approvals are there. In Fusion, sales order approvals are there. Okay. So we can configure approvals and we can route that purchase order for the approvals also. Okay. And when you submit the sales order, these are the couple of things that will happen. One is the credit hold. Credit hold is nothing but whether that customer is having the credit limit or not. Application is going to verify. So best example is our credit cards. We're all using credit cards mostly. So whenever you're performing a transaction, automatically system will verify whether the transaction within your credit limit or not, within your available credit limit or not. If you are performing a transaction more than your available credit limit, you will get an error. So similarly here also for every customer, we can configure a credit limit. So this customer is 2 crore, this customer is 10 crore. Based on the customer importance, if the customer is high risk customer, so provide less credit limit. Whether the customer is guaranteed customer, provide a more credit limit. So based on the customer type, you can provide a credit limit to the customer. According to the credit limit, application is going to verify whether that customer is having the credit limit or not, and accordingly the sales order is processed. Okay. And so as I mentioned, not only verifying the credit check of the customer, so approvals also. Okay. The sales order will go to the respective approver to approve it, and also it will identify the orchestration. Orchestration is nothing but based on the details entered in the sales order, it will identify whether it is a standard sales order or return sales order or drop ship or back-to-back, or it's a counter sales order. So what type of sales order is, it will be identified by the orchestration. Okay. So the moment you submit the sales order, credit check will happen and the order will be submitted for the approval, and also respective orchestration will be automatically assigned to the sales order. So after creating the sales orders in the application, the next step is releasing the sales orders. So you might be entering, or you might be creating a lot of sales orders, but which sales order you want to release first? You want to release first. Let us take you created 1,000 sales orders. Out of the 1,000 sales order, which sales order you want to release first? Okay. So we can create a mechanism in the application. So urgent sales orders, high priority sales orders, I would like to release first. Okay. Or maybe whichever the sales order is having more value, that sales order I would like to release first. We can create a mechanism, or else we can also manually release the sales orders. Suppose I would like to release the sales orders which are created, which are requested between August 1st to August 10th. Okay. I would like to release only August 1st to 10 sales orders only. Or you can also release a single sales order also. You can do bulk release of the sales orders, or you can release a single release of the sales order as well. Okay. When you're releasing the bulk release of the sales orders, you can also put a date range from August 1st to August 10th. Only that sales orders I would like to release from the system. You can also put a date range. So once the sales order is released, then system will generate a pick slip report. Okay. The pick slip report is already covered in the inventory, right? So that pick slip report is sent to the picker. The picker is going to move the stock from the source of sub inventory to the staging area. The staging area is nothing but the transportation area. The staging area is nothing but a transportation area. The staging area also we create as a sub-inventory in the application. So whatever the stock available in the staging sub-inventory, that's a stock which is ready to ship. So based on our pick slip report, the storekeeper or the picker will automatically transfer the stock from the source sub-inventory to the staging area. The stock available in the staging area is ready for shipping. Okay. Once the stock is available in the staging area, we perform the shipping of the stock to the customer. We perform the shipping. So when you perform the shipping, the system will automatically generate a couple of legal documents and a couple of transfer documents also. So legal documents in the sense bill of lading. Bill of lading, it's a legal document because when you are carrying a shipment to the customer, if any government officials checks happens in the middle, so you have to show up these documents, bill of lading. Okay, so what is the company, which company is selling to which customer, that details what items that we are carrying. Okay, our digital signature also, our digital sign, okay, will be there on the bill of lading. So pack slip report, it's a report which is useful to the customer because once the stock is received by the customer, by referring to the pack slip report, the customer can understand, okay, how many boxes delivered, and in each box, how much quantity is packed. So pack slip report is kind of a information to the customer to quickly verify the stock that we have sent to them. And a commercial invoice report, it's not an actual invoice, it's a trade invoice. It's a trade invoice. Actual invoice we'll send to the customer later, but it's a trade invoice, it's an official document. And also automatically there is one more program which is called, that is called shipment interface. What this program will do is, it's not a report. It is not a report. These three are reports. Okay, we can print and we can use it, but this is not a report, it's a program. So this program, it will deduct the on-hand from the inventory, because after shipping the product to the customer, the product should be removed from your inventory, right? So on-hand is deducted based on this program. If the program is completed successfully, on-hand will be automatically deducted. So this is called as, in EBS, this is called as interface strip stop. In EBS, this is called as interface strip stop. This is not a report, it's a program. This program is going to deduct the on-hand from the inventory. So after shipping is completed, so this is standard documents. Suppose if you wanted to add any other extra documents during the shipping time, you can add any other extra documents. You can add to the shipping process. Those documents also will be automatically generated and printed after your shipping process is completed. And next step is, so as of now, these we are performing in order management and inventory, because first two steps we perform in the order management, and the next 3 steps we perform in the inventory module. So releasing of the sales orders, picking of the sales order, shipping of the sales order, these 3 we perform in the inventory. Okay. So here order management and inventory, and this data will be interfaced to the receivable module for the invoice generation. So whatever the sales order data, that is interfaced to the receivable module. In the receivable module, we can auto create invoice. If you run this program, it will pick up the data from the interface table. The interface table name is RE interface line solve. That is interface table. It's the same table in EBS also. Okay. So the data is available in the table, and this program will pick up the data from this table and it will create invoice automatically. Or else if you want, you can create invoice manually also. So after creating the invoice, based on the agreed payment term, in the sales order, you mentioned the payment term as 30 days or 45 days or 60 days. Accordingly, we'll receive the payment from the customer. We can also offer early payment discounts also. In case of early payments, 1% discount, 2% discount, you can also offer that. So when the customer is making the payment, you can actually provide that discount, whatever you agreed or promised to the customer. After receiving the payment, cash management, we reconcile with our bank whether the payment is received from the customer or not, because if the customer is made the payment through bank or through check, we have to reconcile with the bank. Okay. So that is happened in the cash management module. And then finally, this transaction goes to the general ledger. So in the general ledger, So what actually it captures in the general ledger is our sales order value, how much sale we made, and what is the profit. How much sale we made, okay, for how much amount we created invoice, and for how much amount we received the payment, and out of the payment, what is our revenue, all that information, it is goes to the general ledger module. What is our sale, for how much amount we have created the invoice, and what is the payment amount that we received from the customer, okay, what is the revenue that will be captured in the general ledger module. This is the entire flow for a standard sales order. This is also called as order to cash cycle. Okay, this order to cash cycle we will try to discuss today itself. Okay, and these are the configurations, team. So the configurations are not less, so it will take a time. Only for the configurations, it will take minimum 15 hours. So first I will be covering the picking and shipping related configurations, and this section related configurations are listed here. So once we complete with this configurations, then we perform the order management related configurations. After order management, pricing related setups. In case of pricing related setups, before I discuss these setups, I will also discuss the different types of pricing scenarios. I'll discuss with you. So one is price is same for all the customers. So in the business, if you observe, suppose if you take TechLeads IT, 25,000 is the supply chain management course cost. It's the same for all customers. It is same for all customers. So in my business, but in some businesses, based on the customer priority also, the cost is different. Suppose if you see here, for distributor and for end customer, the cost definitely different, right? Distributor and end customer.
Yes.
Definitely different. The cost is different. And for the company employee also. For our company employees also, we give for the less price. And also there is something called special customer. Special customer is nothing but a prime customer. So when I say prime customer, there should be different business logics are there. Suppose if you take an example of Amazon, so if you want to become a prime customer, you should take the prime membership. So you are considered as a prime customer. For prime customers, we can provide a special pricing also. Correct? So this is one of the business scenario to provide the price to the customers based on the customer type. And also based on this logic also, whether the customer is a large customer to our company or a small customer or a medium customer, based on the customer volume of the sales. Based on the customer volume of the sales also, we can provide pricing to the customers. And also this is customer specific price list. Nothing but customer to customer price is different. Customers to customer. This is more cheating of the business. Customer to customer price is different. And price is different from region to region. Nothing but from business to business. Suppose if you take iPhone, in India one price, in US one price, in China one price. So from country to country, the price is different. From business unit to business unit, the price is different. Okay. So these different types of business scenarios you'll face in the real-time projects that you need to implement using the pricing module. So all these different scenarios I'll cover because I have worked on all these different scenarios for different kinds of projects. So totally 6 scenarios I'll be covering during the explanation of the order management module because I worked on all these different pricing scenarios. I don't think apart from these scenarios, you'll not get more. But apart from these 6 scenarios also, I will also tell you extra scenarios, how to achieve those extra scenarios also I'll tell you. Suppose an example, based on the customer ship to location also. Based on the customer ship to location also, I would like to derive the price. Yes, that is also one of the scenario that will also I'll cover how to achieve. Okay. From the OEM, after completion of the pricing, this is all pricing. You see, all this is pricing. So pricing, it will take minimum, 6 hours. Pricing itself, it will take 6 to 8 hours. After that, GOP. So GOP, as I mentioned, we will identify the scheduled ship date to the sales order automatically based on the demand and supply calculation. Based on the demand and supply calculation, automatically system will identify the planned shipment date for the sales order. Okay. When the sales order, when you're entering the sales order and when you save the sales order, when the sales order is, shipped to the customer. So tomorrow or day after tomorrow or after 5 days, that is decided by the GOP based on the demand and supply calculations. And GOP also, it will do one more thing. It will also identify the source, nothing but from which warehouse the sales order should be shipped to the customer, from which inventory organization, from which source. Okay. We can also configure certain rules. Suppose if the customer location is in India, should ship the product from Hyderabad or Bangalore. If the customer ship location is US, ship the product from New York. So we can also configure rules like that. Automatically based on those rules, system will identify the delivery organization, nothing but from which organization the product need to be shipped to the customer. So GOP is used for these two purposes: identifying the source for the sales order and identifying the scheduled ship date for the sales order. After the distributor order orchestration, so based on the type of sales order, different orchestrations are available here. In case of ship only, in case of bill only, which orchestration is used, and in case of return only, which orchestration is used. So based on the type of the order, that respective orchestrations are provided, and we need to customize the orchestration also. And we may need to add a couple of extra validations into the orchestration that will be covered in the coming classes. So this will take 2-3 hours. Again, distributor order orchestration module. And this is some extra features, nothing but pre-transformation rules are nothing but defaulting rules. Okay. And processing constraints and order management profile options, and how to enforce credit check functionality. Okay. And how to configure the discount reasons in the application. Because if you provide a discount reason in the sales order, the same reason is printed in the invoice. That invoice is sent to the customer. That invoice is sent to the customer, because when you are providing the discount to the customer in the sales order by entering a reason, suppose you entered Independence Day sales or year-end sales, that reason is printed in the customer invoice. So customer can clearly see that reason. So that's why the discount reason should be appropriate. Okay, so how to create the discount reasons, I'll show you in the coming classes. And salespersons also. So when generally you maintain the salespersons, because the salespersons is gonna maintain the communication with our customers. So they take the orders and they play a vital important role between the communication between customer and the company. And also they will try to look for the new sales as well. So I'll show you how to create a salespersons in the application, and that salesperson we can tag to the sales order also. So referencing the salesperson to the sales order, saying that we received that order from that salesperson. Okay. And GeoParty is a topic to prioritize the sales orders. Automatically prioritizing the sales orders into high risk and low risk and medium risk. So one of the best example is, suppose you are not there is a sales order. The sales order planned to ship in the last month, but you are not shipped it. So it's due from last 30 days. It's due from last 60 days. So we can configure a rule. If any sales order is not shipped and due more than 30 days, so please prioritize as a high risk sales order. GeoParty is nothing but risk. So please prioritize that sales order as a high risk sales order. So as a order manager, what I can do is I can only concentrate on the GeoParty sales orders only, nothing but risk sales orders. I can go and see which sales order is automatically prioritized as high risk sales order, and I will see the reasons why it is delayed, and I'll take the necessary actions on that sales order. Okay. So GeoParty is nothing but it's automatically prioritizing the sales orders into high risk, low risk, and medium risk. Okay. So that is a overview about the order management module. If you have any questions, please ask me. My plan is to explain this cycle in the demo instance on top of the Vision configurations. So once you understand the flow, then while I'm explaining the setups, you can easily relate with the flow. Suppose I'm talking about release sequence rule. So if I'm talking about this setup, suppose if you already know about the flow, then you'll understand, okay, release sequence rule used in this particular step Okay, that is the purpose of this setup. You can relate with the cycle and the setup, and you can easily digest and understand the order management module. Okay. Any questions, please?
So Krishna, here release sales order is nothing but a booking. Can I
No, the
relate
booking is submit.
separate?
Release sales order is booking is nothing but submission. Okay, release sales order is nothing but out of 1,000 sales orders, which sales order you want to release for picking and shipping. You cannot release all sales orders. If you have enough on hand, you can release all the sales orders. If you don't have enough on hand, what you will do? Generally, we go with the first come, first serve, right?
Yes.
Only you will release those sales orders, and those sales order will be processed for picking and shipping. Clear?
Okay.
Yes, Krishna.
And in the dropship and back-to-back order, both are same, right? Like the item will be shipped from the supply direct to the customer, right? Then they can directly go to the dropship orders, right? What is the difference between back-to-back and the dropship?
In case of dropship, we are not shipping the product. Supplier is shipping the product to the customer. In case of back-to-back, we receive the product from the supplier and we ship to the customer. Next question, please.
Krishna, will you touch upon the reservations concept also in this
Yes.
flow?
Yes.
Okay.
So the reservations will happen automatically, and how we can unreserve the sales order, that I'll show you.
Okay.
Okay. So I'll start the flow in the Vision application. Okay. So you can use SCM_IMPL user. By using that SCM_IMPL user, we can perform entire cycle in the sense till the shipping step, and after shipping step, invoice and remaining steps we have to do it from the finance user. The first step is entering the sales order. Take an item. Okay. I'll do one thing. I'll open the existing sales orders and I'll see which item is used, and I'll use the same item to book the new sales order. So order management. I'm navigating to order management, and again I'm going to the order management app. I am actually looking for an item to be used to create a sales order. That's why I'm trying to pull existing sales orders based on the customer. 1436. Okay, we'll take this item. It's a server. Okay. So as a backup, we'll also take one more item. Something called laptop. I think this is a configurable item, I believe. This is a tablet. Okay, so 3 items I have taken, but we don't need that many, but let's see. Okay, I'm creating an order. So click on create order. Click on create order. So this is the sales order screen. And the screen and entering the data, it's little different from EBS. So you are entering the sales order for which business, nothing but for which country. I am booking for US. I'm booking for US. I received order from the US customer. So I'm entering the business unit as USBU. And select the customer, existing customer in the business application. And when you enter the customer, automatically the customer ship to and bill to is defaulted on the right hand side. The ship to and bill to. So bill to is nothing but to this location, we have to send the invoice, and to the ship to location, we have to send the product. So ship to and bill to can be different because ship to location can be warehouse location of the customer, and bill to location is corporate office of the customer. So the ship to and bill to can be different for some customers. And when defining the customer, we can also configure multiple ship to locations and multiple bill to locations also. This is called as a header screen. Okay, so the moment I enter the customer contact got defaulted, and bill to location got defaulted, and ship to location also got defaulted. So currently, this location is US location, and this customer is having multiple locations also. You see, Netherlands location is there. Okay, Shanghai location is there. Belgium location is there. So multiple locations can be configured in the customer. Okay, so customer is also a setup we have to take in care in the coming classes. Next, this is the order date. Nothing but today's date is defaulted here. So for us, it's a sales order. For our customer, it's a purchase order. For our customer, it's a purchase order. Okay. So CPO, customer PO number, I'm entering here. Actually, here currency should be automatically defaulted. So generally, what is your sales order currency? You're creating a sales order in INR or US dollar. What is your sales order currency? Generally should be defaulted. It's not defaulted, but I can make it to, I can select the currency. If you go to actions, and if you click on edit currency details, click on edit currency details. I'm selecting the order currency as US dollar and click on OK. I selected the currency as US dollar. So we see one error, it's because of that only. So currency is not defaulted. That's why we are seeing the error over there. Okay. And there is one more error related to pricing. I think we may need to fix that. Okay, I'll see it. And in the Fusion, order type is optional field. In case of EBS, order type is going to drive everything. It will drive entire order management module. So from the order type, we can identify the pricing, we can identify the workflow, and we can link order type with the air transaction type. And from the order type, we can also control the credit check when you want to verify the credit check at the time of order submission, picking, shipping, at what step. So this is what you can do it in the EBS order management with the order type functionality. But in Fusion, it's dummy. In Fusion, it is dummy. Okay. Order type is not having any significance in Fusion. Without order type, we can implement everything. Okay. I'll show you without order type, with order type also. I'll show you with order type and without order type both. And salesperson, you can enter here. So we got this order from which salesperson, the salesperson name can be entered over here. Now I'm not entering. And this is called as a line header. This is called as a line header. I call it as a line header. Why I call it as a line header, I'll explain you shortly. I'm taking an item because let's assume we received order from this customer for this item. These items are also already available in the demo application. This is a problem. We are getting the pricing related error. For this item, after you enter the item automatically here the price should be displayed, but the price is not displayed because of the pricing setup issue. There's some issue with the pricing because strategy is not derived. That's why you're not able to see the price. I can fix this up, or else can also use another customer. Let's see. I'm changing the customer. Everyone with me?
Yes, Krishna.
Yes.
Yes,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, for this customer also we are facing the same problem. think I should fix this issue. So here the pricing strategy is based on the customer size. Large customer. And value, customer value is very high. So based on this logic, they're deriving the price. Okay, I'll fix this configuration. You'll not understand if I explain also completely. Order management, and I'm navigating to the pricing. Uh, Strategy, yes, I know. This is pulling our community system. So you can have tea, coffee, breakfast, snacks, morning juice. It will take maybe 5 to 10 minutes to fix this issue. Okay.
Okay,
Okay, Krishna. Then I needed coffee.
Enjoy.
Work.
Yes. And we got the price. Okay, now we got the price.
Yes, Krishna, yeah.
I think maybe somebody might be away from the laptop. Because I asked them to take a break for 5 minutes. Any doubts so far, team?
No, but total amount it is showing zero still. Or once you submit it will show.
Yeah. Once you save it, it will.
Krishna, to see our creator, I mean the BU which we created, to see it in this dropship and in this I mean LOV, is there any special configuration or setups required?
For dropship, huh?
No, here in the business unit, initially selected the US1 business unit, right? Here, if you would like to select our BU,
Mhm.
any special setups or configuration required?
Yes, madam.
Okay.
Of course, I'll cover in the coming classes about
Okay.
setups, because if I explain also, it's not one or two, that require a couple of configurations.
Mhm.
So I'm just explaining the flow in the vision, and later we create everything.
Okay.
And on top of everything, on top of our setups, our configurations, I'll show you the flow again.
Okay. Thank you, Krishna.
That's the plan. I think I'm explaining, you're not able to follow, Shalini.
No, I'm just following. I just want to ask, like, any special setups.
Because I explained dropship and back-to-back difference also, but you
that I understood,
question.
Krishna, but I
Okay.
understood, but my question is like both are same. We are end of the day we are shipping the item directly from the supplier to the customer, right?
No,
So no,
no.
both are different, but
No.
we are taking the item from the supplier and then ship it to the customer in case of back to back, and the
In
dropship
case of
supplier is
dropship.
direct. In the case of dropship, it is directly shipped from supplier to the customer.
Yes, madam.
In that case, whenever we receive such kind of sales orders,
Mm.
they can go with a dropship also, right? Why they need to receive and then send the item to the customer again? They can directly ask supplier to ship the item to the customer, right?
They can do, but different business cases are there. Nothing but you are disclosing your customer to your supplier. That is one thing. And the thing is, after you receive the product, you do packing in a different way.
Okay.
Packing, okay.
Okay.
And customer location is nearest to you, not nearest to your supplier. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Lot of reasons.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm adding this item to the sales order. So now we got the price, okay? I'm calling this as a line header. Why I'm calling it as a line header, I'll cover shortly. Okay, I have added item and the quantity. And unit of measure is automatically coming from the item setup. And for this item right now, the price is configured only in eaches. But you can also configure the price in other UMs also for this item. For this item, you can configure price in dozen or bag or mini pack. So if you configure the price for other unit of measures, then other unit of measures also will be displayed in the drop down, so that you can sell the product in dozens or in a mini pack or bag. You can sell it. Okay. This is the price as per our setup. So 3 multiplied by 150, which is 450. Suppose if you want to provide a discount, you can provide. If you click on the edit button, you can provide a discount here. I would like to provide a 1% discount. What is the reason? So right now, these are the reasons available. As I mentioned, we can create the reasons here, like Independence Day or year-end sale or a new product sale. Okay, we can enter the reasons. These reasons will be printed in the customer invoice. Okay, right now I'm entering a sales negotiation. Right now I'm entering the sales negotiation and clicking on the saving. Now for this item, so requested date is today. requested date is today. Okay. And ship method. Okay. So what is the ship method that you want to use? I would like to use air. I would like to use a DHL company. I would like to ship via air. I would like to ship via air. So what is the ship line together? Okay, that will be covered in the coming classes. If I cover everything in today, it will be overload for you. So some topics I'll cover in the coming classes. Some fields and some topics. So, okay, ship method is selected. And if I go to shipping, shipment priority, it's a high priority order or low priority. I'm selecting medium priority. You want to write any instructions to the shipping department and packing department. And freight terms, collect a freight from the customer, collect a freight. And here in the general tab, the customer requesting to deliver the product by 25th of August. The customer is requesting to deliver the product by 25th of August. So if I go to shipping, earliest he will also, so actual request date is 25th, but 1 day delay is okay. Latest acceptable date is 26th August. Earliest acceptable date is even though if it's delivered by 20th, he is okay. Customer is okay. So earliest acceptable date and latest acceptable date, which is optional, but if you want, you can enter. If you want, you can enter. Okay, otherwise, which is optional here. Next is supply. So here you have to choose the warehouse. From which warehouse you would like to deliver the product to the customer. Okay, I entered a warehouse. I would like to deliver the product from this warehouse. So shipping, we do it from this warehouse. Suppose in case of dropship, what we do, we enter the supplier here. We enter the supplier here. If you enter the supplier, then our supplier will be shipping the product to the customer. Okay. But I would like to show you the standard sales order. I would like to show you how to ship from our warehouse. Okay. So this is for this item. So this item, this tablet, I would like to ship from this warehouse. And so for this item, I decided to collect the freight. And for this item, this is the shipping instructions, packing instructions, shipping priority. And for this item, this is the ship method. Okay. Suppose if I add another item. Suppose if I add another item to the sales order. This product can be sold in multiple unit of measures, but you should make sure that you have created price for that unit of measures. So for each it is 150. For dozen it is how much? For a bag how much? For a mini pack how much? So if you configure price for the different unit of measures, then you'll see those unit of measures in the drop down. Then you can select the respective unit of measure here. Because customer can have the option or choice to buy in eaches or buy in dozens or bag. Okay. I'm adding one more item. And here you see there is a message that no data was retrieved, right? So here you're able to see in stock and out of stock recommendation. But currently that recommendation is not displaying here because the data is not collected properly here. We need to run a program called collect planning. We have to run collections. There is a program, collect planning data. So when you run that program, the data will be collected from the inventory and it will display whether the stock is available or not here. But currently that is not properly collected. That's why you see no data was retrieved. And I'm adding this item to the sales order. So here, when you compare this screen with the EBS, in case of EBS, you have an availability button. If you click on the availability button, you can clearly see how much quantity is available. But here we don't have the availability button. We have to rely on that in stock and out of stock recommendation. So here, this is the first item that we added. For this first item, we have added shipping instructions and packing instructions and ship method and requested delivery date, everything, right? So the same get defaulted to the next item that you added. The same get defaulted to the next item that you have added. So this is the next item, right? So to the next item also, the same ship method, same requested date, okay? And same packing instructions and everything is same. So that's why this is called as a header. Because from the header, the details are defaulted to the line, right? That's why I call it as this is as a line header. Because from the line header, the values are defaulting to the lines. You need not enter for the second item for the second line. So see here, same ship method is defaulted. You selected this ship method to this item, right? For the line one, the same is defaulted here. If you
Yes.
want to override, you have to click on this drop down, select that line and click on override line. Then you can change here. If you want to use a different ship method here, you can change. And if the requested delivery date is different for this item, you can change here. Okay. Understood?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
You have to
Yes.
override here. And this tab is, you can see the payment term. So what is agreed payment term for this sales order? 15 days time we are giving. Net 15 is nothing but 15 days. If you select immediate, payment has to be done immediately. If you select immediate, payment has to be done immediately. Okay. And if I click on save, this is how the order is entered. This is how the order is entered. And you can see the moment if I click on save, if you can see the breakup as well. Breakup is nothing but what is the total price, what is the discount, after discount, what is the net price, and is there any taxes applied. So this tax setups will be done by the finance guy. There is a separate model called Fusion Taxes. So based on that Fusion Taxes configurations, this tax is automatically calculated. Generally, the tax is calculated based on the country, based on the state, and based on the product that we are shipping to the customer. Accordingly, the taxes are calculated based on the state, based on the country, based on the product generally. So that settings has to be done in the tax module. So total amount is this much. Okay. Now I would like to select net 30. I would like to give 30 days time to the customer, and I'm saving. Okay. So this is sales order header. And after that, we are entering the details in the line header. And that is defaulted to every item, every line that you are adding in the sales order. There is a button called estimate order availability. I'm just checking what's going to display in that button. Any questions before it open?
So, what is the prominence of that acceptable date, latest acceptable or earliest acceptable date, Krishna?
How much date customer can accept, sir? How much early customer can accept, sir? That's it.
Counter sales are the same screen or different screen, Krishna?
Same screen.
Uh-huh. How do we differentiate that with that counter sales?
There is a option here in the bottom of the page. In that option, we
Okay.
will enter the sub-inventory, serial number, and lot number. And if you enter that, then system is going to recognize that as a counter sales.
Krishna, is there any option like date related to shipping the item, like how we have in EBS scheduled ship date?
Next screen.
Okay.
Any more doubts?
There is no other type of importance in the fusion. Actually,
Yes.
how do we actually know that get together all these types, no, receivable invoice type or transaction, different picking methods and all, no, we'll bring into single this one setup. How do we bring it to setup here?
Your question is short, but the answer is long. So you have to wait to know the answer. It's not showing anything. Okay. Now I'm submitting the sales order. I'm submitting the sales order now.
ఆ తాంబూలం మీద అయి ఉండాలి ఎంత కష్టపడి చేసుకుని కదా నేను ఈసారి అయితే శనగలు మీరే తీసుకోండి నేను మామూలుగా ఆమె దీనికి తెస్తుంది అనుకున్నా ప్రసాదం వండి తెస్తారు కదా అలా తెస్తుంది అనుకున్నా నేను తాంబూలం మీరు చేసిన
మేడం మ్యూట్ పెడతారా?
ఓ సారీ
క్లాస్ లో కాన్సన్ట్రేట్ చేయండి మేడం. ఏదైనా ఫంక్షన్ లో ఉన్నారా ఏంటి?
శ్రావణ మాసం.
సారీ అండి.
అవునా, శ్రావణ మాసం. వరలక్ష్మి వ్రతం కాదు, 25th అనుకుంటాను. వరలక్ష్మి. Okay, I submitted the sales order. After submission of the sales order, 3 things will happen. So what are those 3 things? Application is going to verify the credit limit of the customer. If the customer is not having the available credit limit, it will throw the error in the sales order. That is one thing. And approvals. Okay, it seems to be approvals is not enabled. That's why our sales order will not go for the approvals. And also it will pick up the orchestration. It will pick up the orchestration. What is orchestration? You'll understand shortly. There is a lock. What's that lock? I think it went for approval, it seems to be. Because it's showing approval pending. It went for approval. Somebody enabled approvals. I'll disable it because identifying it went to whom and log into that user and approving it takes time. So I'll copy and I'll create a new order, and parallelly I will disable the approvals part. I'll disable the approvals and I'll copy and create a order and I'll submit again. This is a setting to disable. Setting no here. And I copied the order already, and it's in the process of creating it. I disabled approvals and I'm copying the order to submit again. I'm submitting again. This is a new order. Okay, and it's in the processing stage now. And if you see the header status, okay, also mention the header status in the document sales order header statuses. Header status is initially draft, and when approvals are enabled, the status of the header is pending for approval. After the approval, the sales order status changed to approved, and after that processing. So our sales order directly is in the processing status because we disabled approvals. If there are no approvals after draft status, processing. And after that, a sales order header status is closed. When the sales order status header is closed, when all the lines are, when all these lines are picked and shipped and invoiced. When all the lines are shipped and invoiced, then sales order status change it to header status, change it to closed. But you have to run a program. You have to run a program. There is a program called update or closure sales orders. When you run this program, it will close the sales order header. Okay, if you don't run this program, it will not close automatically. After completion of this program only, the sales order header status change it to closed. Okay, coming to the line status, right now created. And when I click on refresh, when I continue to refresh, it is stuck in the created status, it seems to be. But the line status is, initially not started, after that created, right now it is here. After that, scheduled status and reserved, awaiting shipping, shipped, awaiting billing, closure status. Okay. So in the schedule step, what will happen is system will identify from which warehouse. So this is schedule step is a GOP step. It's a GOP step. In the GOP step, we are doing two things. One is identifying the scheduled ship date, and another one is identifying the source for the sales order. After identifying the source, the reservation will happen. Reservation in the sense from which warehouse the stock need to be reserved, from which inventory organization the stock need to be reserved. After that, awaiting shipping. After that, shipping. After shipping the product, the status is changed to shipped. After shipping the product, the status is changed to awaiting billing. Till the invoice generation, till the invoice generation, status of the sales order line is awaiting billing. After that, the status of the line is changed to closed after invoice. But right now, our sales order is in the created state only. It should be changed to scheduled and reserved also. That's not happened. Okay, we'll see in the next screens. Okay, we have booked this sales order, right? Now, how to acknowledge the customer? How to acknowledge the customer about this sales order is booked in our application. So if you click on create document, you can click on send an email. From the actions, click on create document and send an email. Can you give me a second? I'll bring the water. Okay, so here, this email ID, it's automatically defaulted from the customer contact email ID. When defining the customer, we create a customer contact. So who is a contact person from the customer? That contact person email ID is this. And if you click on the send, it will send an email to that customer. And you can also add a CC and BCC. Let me see whether email functionality is working in this instance or not. I added my email ID. Let me add in the also. Okay, so this is a sales order, and this is a sales order PDF document. Okay, and click on send. And we can also configure what should be the email subject and email body. I'll cover in the coming classes. When the system is sending an email to the customer, what should be the email body also we can customize. I'll cover. I did not receive any email. Maybe email functionality is not working in the demo instance. So that is one way that we can communicate to the customer. Otherwise, you can download this sales order in the PDF document. So instead of sending an email, if you click on view, so we need to provide a training to the business users, how to enter the sales order, how to download the sales order in the PDF document. So this is a sales order, and you can download into the PDF. Okay, I'm downloading. And this document, we can send an email to the customer. We don't want application to send an email automatically. We wanted to send the email from our email ID. So that's why I downloaded as a PDF copy. Okay, this is a PDF copy. So this PDF copy is generated based on the standard RTF template provided by Oracle. Okay, definitely this layout is not suited to the customer requirement. So from customer to customer, they have different requirements to have different types of layouts. Okay, and also here in the standard layout, some of the things which definitely does not like by the customers. clients, because so here, what is the payment time? What is the time that we are giving to the customer? 30 days, right? Net 30 means 30 days, right? But if you see this sentence, this word,
Yes. Yeah.
okay. So by looking at this, it happened. We used standard layout only by doing a small tweaks, and we didn't observe this one. And when we are using this layout in real time, the customer called to the customer care, and the customer asked the question, hey, I asked for 60 days time, but you're saying that you want me to pay immediately. Why? What happened? So the customer has not verified this. So they verified this pay now. Okay. They got confused. So, and also here, if you see your price, my price, others price, this is not looking good, right? Your price, my price, others price. You can just mention price, that is good. Okay. So like this, some wordings are not good in the standard layout. So definitely we have to customize the standard layout. This customization of this RTF template or creating a new RTF template is done by the technical guy. Being a functional consultant, what is our work is, you ask the sample layout to be provided by the client. So once you receive the sample layout from the client, you give that layout to the technical guy, ask the technical guy to build the layout accordingly, and later you test it. So you make sure that you fill every data in the sales order, and when you generate this PDF document, so the data is properly filled in the respective sections, and you verify the borders also, whether properly the data is filled correctly or not, and alignments also you verify it. And once your testing is completed, you hand over to the client. Okay, good with the customer acknowledgement. Sending an email directly from the application or download as a PDF copy and send to the customer. Okay. And after submitting the sales order only, you are able to enter into the fulfillment screen. Fulfillment screen. I'm navigating to the fulfillment screen. From the fulfillment screen, as of now, we have seen sales order header screen, right? And we have seen line header screen, and we have seen line screen. Now we are trying to see which screen? Fulfillment screen. Okay. And from the fulfillment screen, we are able to navigate to the orchestration screen. Lot of screens are there. Okay. That's why I'm writing down in here. Orchestration screen and availability screen. We'll navigate to the availability screen. And again, from the fulfillment screen, we will again navigate to another screen called fulfillment. Okay. So from the screen, we are navigating to multiple screens. So in the screens, what data is available and what is the significance of these screens, I'll explain you. So right now I'm in the fulfillment screen. So this is normal details only. Okay. What is the customer name? What is the header status? What is the sales order number? What is the order date? What is the business unit? And who is the customer contact? Okay. This is regular sales order details only. Nothing special over there. And here 3 tabs are there. So fulfillment lines and order lines and returns. This is a return sales order, no, right? Since it is not a return sales order, there is no data in the returns tab. No data in the returns tab. Only data you'll see in the fulfillment lines and in the order lines. Okay. And we added 2 lines in the sales order. So that's why you'll see 2 lines over here. Okay. 1.1 and 2.1. Okay. This is first item. This is second item that we have added. Okay. And here you can see the orchestration that is called here. Here you can see the orchestration that is called here. So how this orchestration is called, I'll cover in the coming classes. Okay. And if I scroll down, this is also generic details only. Okay. From which warehouse we decided to ship the product to the customer. and what is the carrier, DHL, and what is the mode of transport, air, and requested ship date is, customer requested ship date is 18th. And if I go to the general details, this is also general information only, nothing special over here. But coming to the shipping tab, you can see the wait a second. Okay. So in the supply details itself, there is something called scheduled ship date. So the expectation is that scheduled ship date should be generated, but currently it is not generated. There is some issue. That's why the scheduled ship date is not generated. The scheduled ship date is auto-generated. Okay. So if you don't want to go with the auto-generated, nothing but system-generated date, you can edit here. If you go to actions, here, not actions, you click on the edit button. Click on the edit button. So system will generate a scheduled ship date. Okay, if you're not okay with the scheduled ship date, nothing but system generated a scheduled ship date September 1st. But you would like to ship tomorrow itself. You want to change that date. You can click on the edit button, select that line, click on the edit button. Any doubts so far?
Sir, this is for physical item, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
This orchestration. So the orchestration will be for service item also, right, sir?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
In case of service item, we just only bill, right?
Yes, sir.
That's bill only orchestration.
Just a name change, or is there any functionality wise, any major improvements are there in this version in order management? Actually, it's just name changes, or any functionality wise, any major changes compared to EBS?
Question is short, answer is long.
Okay. Actually, suppose in case of EBS, we have sales order approvals, no? That's based on percentage value percentage.
EBS
we
sales
are,
order approvals is there in EBS?
yes, we have based on percentage, no? 10%, 20% like that. We have some approvals are there. Whereas here, how would the approval?
In the latest release?
No, in our 12.1.3 also there. We worked on
In
that one.
12.1.3, sales order approvals are there.
Yeah, approvals are there, but that based on percentage, value percentage, 10% like that, 20%, 30%, even 100%. Suppose if 100% you can give higher authority, if 50% to middle management, 10% to.
So here you can configure based on the sales order amount and based on the customer, based on the order type, based on the shipment priority. We can use different conditions.
Because their limitation is there. That's why I asked you. In EBS, no, the limitation is there.
So when you're asking, you did not mention about sales order approvals. You mentioned what is the difference between EBS order management and fusion order management, like that. If you specifically mention about a setup, I can quickly explain.
Actually, no, I'm not known about this.
Krishna, one other question. You said GOP will also set the warehouse, right? Like the sourcing.
Yes.
But if we set up the warehouse on the supply tab here, because we did that, right? Like then
we can enter. If you don't enter, then it will be generated by the GOP.
okay. So if we enter, then GOP will not do it, or
Yes. Will.
okay.
That point I'll mention during the GOP sessions.
Okay.
It's taking time, you know. Yeah, now I can see. So we want to override the schedule. Yes, select yes, and select the schedule ship date. Okay. Understood how to manually override the schedule ship date, team? Click on the edit button. Okay.
On the line.
And select override schedule, and you can select your own date. Okay.
No.
So you need
Yes.
not to
Yes,
go
sir.
with the schedule ship date that's generated by the system. You can enter your own date also. Okay. I'm opening the sales order in some other browser also because it's taking time. So parallelly, let's discuss in another browser. Now that is about the schedule ship date, but right now it's not generated. There is some issue. Okay, I'll see that. And the other details, you know, generic details only. Okay, if you go to the shipping, you'll see what is a ship to location. Okay, what is a shipping instruction, shipping priority. Okay, and if you go to the billing, you'll see the billing location. And item details is nothing but item properties. What is the item name, item description, item type. Okay, and if you click on the holes, you can see the holes that is applied to this line. In case of credit hold, you can also apply hold manually also. You can apply hold manually. So in case of automatic holds or manual holds, when the hold is applied, who released the hold, the release date, hold applied by, when the hold is released, that information can be seen here. And I'm navigating to the availability page. I'm navigating to the availability page now. Yeah, it's not throwing the availability page because there is some issue with this sales order. That's why we are not able to go with the availability page. Okay, I'll show you the orchestration screen. I'm opening the orchestration screen. If you click on this orchestration process number, so this orchestration process is a separate number for every line. If you see, if I click on the done button, and here you can see a number is different from the second line. Okay. And if I click on the orchestration process, it has the steps, the next steps. So these next steps are actually not started. So since it is a standard sales order, the next step is reservation and shipping the product. And after that, invoice generation. Suppose if it is a bill only sales order, the shipping step is applicable? No, right?
No.
The shipping step is not applicable. The shipping step will not be displayed. Directly invoicing step is displayed. So based on the sales order, orchestration will be identified and orchestration steps are identified. Okay. So currently this is standard sales order steps, but there is some issue with the GOP. That's why the schedule step is not successfully completed. Okay.
Here, no, that asset management, what is that additionally?
It's a custom, sir. It's a custom orchestration. Somebody customized it.
Okay.
Somebody added the step. Okay. You see custom do something. Now I would like to, troubleshoot the issue with this sales order. Okay, before I troubleshoot that, so now I think when covering the different screens, now you understood the orchestration screen. But again, I'll open the orchestration screen. Again, I'll open it one more time after fixing the issue. And we are not able to enter into the availability screen. Now I will try to show you the fulfillment screen. Suppose if I select the line, if I go to actions, if I click on view fulfillment details, you can see the bill of lading number here, nothing but shipment number here. You can see tracking number is nothing but shipment number. And if you click on the billing later, you can see the invoice number also. When the invoice is generated, invoice amount and invoice date, and which lot number, which serial number is shipped to the customer. The lot number you can see here, serial numbers you can see here. So this data you're able to see after shipping the sales order, because after shipping the sales order, the shipment number will be displayed over here. After invoice generation, invoice number is displayed over here. After shipping a lot or serial, that data will be displayed over here. This is called fulfillment details. This screen is called as. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So multiple screens you are able to navigate from the fulfillment screen. So this is not working. Okay, let's fix that issue. We have
Sir,
actually
one
entered.
question. Yeah, if we are importing the order and if you are manually creating the order, how we can see the like whether it's imported or it's created manually? Any field available?
It's in
Like
the.
order source.
Yeah, it's in the. Okay.
Okay.
Source order system. Okay. So what is OPS? I'll cover in the coming classes, but this is the place. So we have entered, the warehouse. It's not throwing any error also, but it is not processing further. To edit the order, we have to create a revision. I selected the revision option because I'm trying to edit this order. So please practice this sales order entry today itself, team, today or by tomorrow. Make yourself familiar with this sales order screen, because later when I'm explaining the sales order screen, if I navigate here and there, if you are once familiar with these screens, you're able to understand the speed of my explanation. Just altering the data. I'm resubmitting the order. parallelly in another browser. Okay, so in another browser, this is the place where you can able to change the schedule ship date. So you can enter the date that you want, and you can click on OK. Here I would like to create an order with a new customer. Some limitations and some flexibility is missing in the Fusion Order Management. Takes time for the Oracle to make this product stabilized. Hmm. So here it is not creating a revision. If you go to actions and if you discard a draft, nothing but you're deleting the sales order. And once the sales order is booked, you're able to cancel from here like this. If the sales order is in draft, you can delete by discarding it. But if all is submitted, you're able to cancel only, you're not able to discard. I'm canceling the sales order that we have created. And the cancellation is also not working. It seems to be the sales order is struck. It's not allowing to cancel as well. Orchestration does not respond. Okay. Let's leave this order. Let's try to create a new order. I'm trying to create a new order with a new customer and new item also. Item is also new here. Let us see what will happen. I have added only one item and I'm submitting the sales order. We'll see. A different item now I'm trying. And customer is also different. I thought we can complete at least shipping step today. With the orchestration. The fulfillment screen option, it will only available after the sales order is submitted. Seems like same is happening here also. Somebody customized the orchestration. It's calling the custom orchestration. It's calling the custom orchestration. That's not working.
Krishna, one question. Can we change the orchestration process once it is defaulted at the sales order lines?
No. I'm duplicating and creating a new order. This time I don't want to enter the warehouse. Let's GOP identify the warehouse. Let's see whether in that way it will work or not. I will share screen. I will see if any other demo instance is available. I picked another instance. On the Oracle side. Let's see how that will work. Problem in this instance, Oracle is troubling us a lot. Not only us, even it's troubling IT companies also. Because it's not very easily to get an instance. This is not working. This login. Forward the Oracle. So this is Oracle site, okay, and the login that they provided, it's not working. This is the instance, and this is the username and password. Trying the same instance. It's not working. If I approach Oracle now, they will take time to respond. And today is a Saturday. Response will take time. Tomorrow, Sunday, no response. Let's try with not working.
Can you please try in devs to 47? I think it is yesterday.
Dev 47 is working. Huh?
Yesterday I came. Yesterday I think it is refreshed.
I think Dev 47.
Even today morning I tried, it's not working.
Not working. Huh? But yesterday it was updated. That's why.
Can you please check? Dev 47 is working.
Sir, Dave 7 was refreshed yesterday. That is the latest demo instance.
Yes, Krishna, cheers.
Dev 7 is not working. Huh?
That's what sound not working.
Even IT companies are also approaching the training institutes for the application access. That's how Oracle is troubling everybody. They give the instances, but they don't give the proper instances also. Login is not working, slow. Every 2 weeks, refresh. Because of the instance issue, almost 1 hour time is wasted.
Krishna, Dev 7 is working. I just logged in. It was refreshed yesterday.
It's working.
Yes, it is working, Krishna.
Yes.
Can you please share the login and the chat?
Okay.
Yeah, I shared it to you.
I just shared in the chat window.
Yeah, I received that. I thought we have only one instance currently. We have 2 demo. Yeah?
Slow. Yesterday it was working fine.
This is what, after paying 6 lakhs to Oracle, they are giving these stupid instances. So if it is institute, so, students are going to argue with us. If it is Oracle, you talk to whom? Instances are also not in our control. We have to rely on Oracle. It's a cloud, right? It's not a EBS. It's easy our server. But cloud means then we are able to pay,
Instances, you are giving good service, Krishna. Actually, I attended a finance training somewhere. I could not reveal that name.
Okay.
Really, I struggled to practice actually. They are not responding, after 1 day also.
Okay.
You are giving good service for instance wise.
Yeah, whatever the best that we have, we are giving, sir.
Yes, yes. Really, every day you are updating. We are getting information every day. Actually,
Yeah.
there no. Really, I struggled, like I could not practice also in finance side.
Yeah, Padma is taking care of all those things promptly on time. And she also works kind of around the clock now, from morning 7, 8 to evening 8, 9.
It is appreciable.
She's giving good service to the students. And also, we are giving instance for 2 weeks, right?
Yes, yes.
So
That is also actually.
We need to extend that. After 1 week, it will lose automatically. We have to extend it to 1 more week. So for that extension, she will put a reminder in her mobile and she will extend the instance. Suppose if she does not extend instance in the 7th day, it will lose. New instance will get. So on the 7th day, she will put a reminder on her phone and she will extend that instance to another 1 week.
It's actually great thing. Actually, I saw that other this one. Every week it will be refreshed, but here no really.
Dev7 is also like this only.
Yesterday it was good, it was working fine, but today is slow.
One concern from our side, team, Sunday is a Sunday to all of us, right? So Sunday, if you're asking for something, that should be request, that should not be demanding. Don't argue with us if we don't respond on Sunday. We respond if you are free. We are using different ways, sir, to get the instance. All the different channels and different ways we are using. One is demo.oracle.com, that is one way, and another one is Oracle University, and another way is Oracle University training coordinators. Because from the Oracle University training coordinators also we are getting the instance. So if we wanted to buy, they're asking like normal license only. Like how the client is buy the license, in the similar way they are asking. And also they will charge based on the privileges that is added to the user, like a client, they'll bill us. Okay, for 25,000 cost, I cannot able to buy a dedicated instance from Oracle. And also you should have a flexibility to create as many as users you want, and you will assign roles. So if that is costed to me, it's a problem again. That's why you're not taking the dedicated. Even if dedicated is taken, something is not working, you have to create a ticket and wait.
Like in EBS,
Actually,
do they give-
Oracle products are open source, sir. Java and DB, and even Oracle EBS software also we used to find out from the market. But cloud has a lot of restrictions.
like in EBS, do they give certified partners like that? And Fusion also.
For certified partners also, they won't give the instance, sir. You have to
okay.
buy the license, and the companies also has to buy the license like a client. They are not giving free instances to any company. You're a cloud platinum partner or whatever, they are not giving the instance. Only you have to take the instance from demo.oracle.com. This instance, it will work 2 days, 3 days, and you don't know when it will not work. Right now, you see this instance I picked up from there only. Demo.oracle.com. This demo.oracle.com access is given to the cloud partners. And you don't know when this instance will work, when it will not work, and you don't know how many days it will work also. You will not have any communication from Oracle.
I think Fusion is good business for them,
Good.
compared to EBS.
Yeah, that's right. And also certifications also. Nowadays, certification validity is for 18 months only. So every 18 months,
they have
what will be
reduced.
yeah, and also cost is increased. 2 years back, 12,000 is the certification cost. Last year also 22,000 certification cost. This year 24,000.
In terms of dollars, how much is it?
200 means $160. Around 300, sir. 38.
$300.
$300 around.
It's more than 20,000.
24,000.
24.
Okay, sir. I think I'm trying to explain something today, but
Sir, if this
Resource,
happens,
resource,
then
resources are not helping me.
That's
So,
okay, sir. We understand this is Oracle. So we can understand sometimes it happens. You, whatever possible way you are trying hard.
but I worried about the time, sir.
Correct,
Now
correct.
we
Yeah,
lost
we
1
lost
hour
our productive time.
productivity time. That's I'm worried about.
Normally, explaining in order management is difficult, and like these issues.
And there's many forms are there. It is looking very initially we should have very clarity. So today we lost little bit.
Okay, so when the instance, it's working properly, at least you enter the sales order details and you try with the till sales order submission today or tomorrow. And I'll see you on Monday. 53 batch, I'll see you 7 o'clock. 54 batch, I'll see you at 7:30. 54 batch, I'll see you at 7:30.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
53, 7 o'clock. Okay.
Yeah.
Clear, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay, team. Thank you then. Bye.
Thank you, Shikal.
Thank you.
thank you, sir.